Who's ready to get productive? This is a strong start. Good morning, good life. Welcome back to Amy TV, where we come together to help you go after the life you want. And welcome back to another episode of Wine Wednesday, where we don't believe in complaining. But if you're gonna whine, pour me some. I'm very excited. This was one of my fancy little birthday presents from Blake and Emily. Blake works with us at Aftermark, and I'm so obsessed. It's so cute. It's got a lid and everything. I have the container in case you care. The Brewmate Glitter Rose Gold Flute. And there's all kinds of fancy Bev Guard technology, so we're very excited about this. I'm using it indoors probably for no reason, but supposedly this lid is meant to lock in carbonation. So I know they bought this for me because they know I'm a Prosecco girl, but today we are drinking rosé to match the cup, of course, and it's empathy today. And man, have I had so much empathy lately. So much. This is my dear friend, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary is the founder of my speaking agent, Vayner Speakers, so just kind of like a side plug, I guess, but truthfully, I drink this all the time. We are subscribed to empathy. We get empathy boxes and boxes of wines, so the rosé is definitely my favorite of all of them, and so it's that time of year we do the rosé. So, cheers. Oh, productivity. Productivity is one of our favorite things to have a love-hate relationship with. I fully recognize the fact that people probably watch my videos because they are frustrated with productivity, but striving for it at the same time, kind of like a good-looking guy. I'm so fortunate. I landed one of those. So clearly, we're going to run into problems along the way. You can call them challenges, but it doesn't start with a PR. So today I'm calling it productivity problems. Please forgive the fact that I am fully enjoying sitting in my living room for Wine Wednesday because it makes me kind of like more relaxed, but the lighting is gonna be crazy, okay? Just is. I don't care anymore. So let's talk about some of the problems so we can also look at some of the solutions that might be able to help us. We want to keep the problems from tripping us up as much as possible. Part of it means anticipating them. So let's dive in. Problem number one. Planning paralysis. This one really resonated when I brought it up in a fears training that I did in the GATLUW Society, which is my business membership program. I totally get it because we are so geeked about all of the different ways there are to plan, all of the different strategies, and we are super smart people that are actively looking for strategies all the time so that we can get excited about following a blueprint to more productivity or to whatever goal that we are seeking. If you identify with this issue, it's very important to just recognize it. Just recognize, every time I see a new way of doing things, I want to try it out and I will overplan and overplan and overplan. And I also think I'm not totally prepared, so I will add steps and I will add research and I will add commentary and I will ask too many people their opinions and get the wrong answers and start questioning myself. All of these things happen. Planning paralysis is natural, but we know when we are self-sabotaging if we identify with this problem. So to me, the best thing that you can do to start to combat planning paralysis as your productivity problem is to just create the solution of knowing and making an intention of proceeding with one single step at a time, especially in that stage where you think it's important to plan and you're not ready yet because you haven't done enough. If you're in that mindset, then at least have one thing, and I tend to do it at night. I will just write it down on a notepad or on a sticky note and I'll put it on my mirror that I know I'm gonna look at the next day when I'm doing morning pages. This is the one step that I'm going to do tomorrow that works toward the thing I'm trying to plan, but isn't so big that I feel like I'm diving in with 2 feet without planning enough. What'll typically happen is that just by taking smaller steps, you feel more productive than you think you would. We often make productivity a lot grander than it needs to be because it has such a grand name and it means so much to us. But also, by actually taking action, you do a much better job of planning the process because you run into more things, more ideas, and there might be something that really gets in your head and makes you realize, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much. Oh. But at the same time, you may not have figured that out if you wouldn't have taken those steps, those small steps forward. The second problem that you might have with productivity is too many tools available to you. I feel like this goes really, really well hand in hand with planning paralysis, is that we might be sitting there on our computer going, okay, I'm gonna plan my big project. What fancy software am I going to use? And we get engrossed in that research. And that's sort of like this preliminary step of the planning process that doesn't actually have to do with the project, but it could be very useful unless we spend too much time there, where we're searching all the web pages of all the different things. Here's what Evernote does. Here's what Notion does. Here's what Trello does. Here's what all these different platforms do. Here's how much they cost. Here's what they look like. And then you just end up down this rabbit hole of, again, things that just don't matter enough. To me, this is such a resonating factor. I just yesterday, and I've made a major commitment to Evernote, even though it drives me crazy a lot. There are a lot of things I don't like about Evernote, but there are too many pros for me to change it. But I was watching a video about something else yesterday, and somebody was using this other tool, and I was like, oh God, that's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's visually compelling. I might love it. But it's not as many pros. That's just one really big one that is not going to beat my current Evernote system. So at the end of the day, you just have to be able to make a decision based on what your best practices are. I know for a fact that if I'm on any page of the internet, on my phone or on my tablet or on whatever device I'm on, I know I can have a quick send to Evernote button. That is something I don't always feel is as easy with others. So that's been a big selling factor. You make these decisions, right? And they gradually get you to a final result. But the true solution here, and that's just one example of it, is what is your natural tendency to do? Are you more likely to get a list of things done that have been written down on a legal pad with pencil? Or is it in Trello with a bunch of checkboxes in a bunch of different sections with collaborators who are holding you accountable? The reality is it's going to be very different for each of us. So by getting distracted by the tools process, it's frustrating. You've just got to know where you operate at your best. And if it's you individually, typically you know in your heart of hearts what's best. You know if you love when I talk about bullet journaling, or if you're like, I can't relate to that whatsoever. Well, that might be an indication of the power of the paper for you. Power of the paper. We got to use that again in the future. That's a good one. But regardless, you've just got to cut the conversation off. Much like if you have a project that you're planning, you have a deadline, there's only going to be so much time you can spend making the decision of what tool you're going to use to stay on track and be productive with what you're doing than if you were to waste all the time in the world just picking the tool and organizing it and then finding out after all this work that you hated it. Just start using something and adjust as you go. That might be one of your steps in the process, that something that you chose didn't work out. That's okay. At least you know why, and you're more compelled to go to what you choose. So don't let the tools overwhelm world of the internet get to you, especially if maybe you're not as digitally driven as you thought. And the third productivity problem I want to talk about today is much more human. People are a productivity problem all the time. I'm sure coming into this conversation, top of mind for you was, who was the last person to distract you? And that person might have been inside a television or inside your phone or inside your head. And there's a lot of different people it could be, and we love to blame other external people as well. And I want everyone to go in the comments right now and say, yup, that's me, if you agree that you have a people problem when it comes to productivity. Because I also want you to see that everyone does. Everyone. Okay? Knowing that, we have to anticipate it. We have to look for it before it hits us. And we need to try to prevent it instead of getting all huffy and puffy when somebody walks in the room when we're trying to focus on something. We know we got to put this away. If we're in the middle of focusing, you got to go. Do not disturb. I'm making a video right now. I don't care what's going on. I'm not talking to you. If children are a situation, is it that you need to hire a babysitter? Are they in daycare for certain hours? You can go that route. They're in school during the day or whatever the case may be. It's summer now. So obviously there's different things that have to happen. And we also have to grapple with how much exposure to other people that we're willing to have right now. So it's a balance. But at the end of the day, if it just comes down to the fact that you're not shutting a door because you're afraid if you shut the door, then the people on the other side of it, something bad might happen, or you might feel like you're cutting them off, or you might make them feel a certain kind of way, then you're not willing to really communicate what's needed on your end. And what's needed on your end is also very important. Can you shut the door, set a timer, and that way it's like, I have to get this thing done in this amount of time, and believe me, no matter how much time that is, we fill it and we use it up. So we limit it to the best of our ability, get as much done in that time that we can, then we open that door back up and we go back out into the world we need to be in. We need to be able to ask for help when we need help, and sometimes, depending on who the people are around you, asking for help just might be, how do you set yourself up for success of focus? Especially if you say, listen, if I just had an hour, game changer, versus I will get it done in the midst of a million different things during an 8-hour period today because I also have to be available to absolutely everyone. That's unreasonable. The people problem always comes down to communication. And guess what? They're still gonna complain about it because they don't know that on Wine Wednesday, we don't believe in complaining, do they? Something to think about for you if you would like to surround yourself with more people who are having an open conversation about what it means to be productive, leverage mornings to your advantage, and just continue to get better at this step by step, little by little every day. You might find you will like Shine Squad. It's my Patreon group. I do a short motivational podcast every weekday for everyone. And then depending on what level you are in, there's additional perks over there as well. We even have a coffee mug now. So exciting. But it's not coffee day, is it? It's Wine Wednesday. Sorry, I don't have the coffee mug. Question of the day. What are some of the productivity problems that you run into the most? Let's talk about them down in the comments below. Maybe there is a part 2 of this conversation. Let me know. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers. I gotta stop cutting my head off. I know. But I don't want to. I kind of like it. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Oh, the sun. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, that was significant. And I broke my blinds the last time I filmed. Don't tell my husband. Pretty sure they're broken. I need more sun than that. Oh, we need more sun than that. Dang it. Are you broken completely or... Okay, that did not help at all. Okay, well, shoot. Oh, I know what I can do. I could turn real lights on. Wow. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay. Dang it, we have to do it all over again. Oh my God, the sun just came back. Oh, now I have to shut this one. Crap. So that they can, let's dive in. Truck peanut gallery. I just want it. There it is. Come on. Come on. God knows how long this video actually is. I have no idea. It's all bloopers.